This is an excerpt from Rebel Winter, written by Steve Parker, narrated by Sixpals Kaioken. Shalkova, the name of Trooper Zavim Sarovich's beloved rifle, was Shalkova. Sarovich had named her after the first and only Vostroyan woman he'd ever bedded. There had been women on other worlds since, but none of them had ever made such an impression on him as Shalkova. He'd been a teenager at the time, freshly graduated from basic training, and released from duty for the last few days he'd ever spent on his home world. It was extremely rare for the firstborn sons of Vostroyan ever to return. Just like the other graduates, Sarovich had been given a roll of notes and told to go out and find himself a willing partner. He was supposed to give the gift of his seed back to the world that had raised him. It was a firstborn tradition that Sarovich's drill sergeant insisted he keep. Sarovich had always considered himself a fumbler where the opposite sex was concerned. With no real idea of how to secure a willing partner, he'd attached himself to a group of troopers that were going to one of the more notorious entertainment districts not far from the base. He hadn't had much luck at first. It was getting late. Most of the others had paired off with women who seemed very keen to accept the honor of firstborn seed. Sarovich's lack of confidence was letting him down. The only thing he was confident about was his skill with his sniper rifle. He'd already been singled out for special training. He'd almost given up on meeting anyone when a skinny girl staggered drunkenly through the door, tripped on her own feet, and spilled her drink over his good, clean uniform. He'd been livid and chewed her out immediately. But rather than cower before his anger, the girl, unremarkable but for her big brown eyes, had shouted right in his face, telling him to shut up, sit down, and get over himself. Sarovich still didn't know why he'd done exactly that. Maybe basic training had conditioned him to take orders on reflex. A few moments later, she reappeared from the bar, slamming 2 drinks down in front of him. Without waiting to be invited, she dropped herself into the chair next to his and began to ask him about himself. Sarovich couldn't remember even the smallest snippet of the conversation, only that he had thought over and over again that her perfume smelled nice. Before he knew it, they were back at her scruffy little hab, thrashing around on the bed together as if every second counted. In the morning, when Sarovich woke up, he'd been confused by his surroundings. Then he'd seen her standing over a blue flame, cooking breakfast. He'd thrown her a smile. She didn't smile back. Shalkova, cold and silent and deadly, she never missed. He racked the slide, chambering his next bullet. He'd never understood why the girl turned nasty on him. From the moment he got out of her bed, she had attacked him with a vicious critique of his efforts at lovemaking the previous night. Her tones were cruel, and her laughter more so. The breakfast she cooked was hers. He could buy his own or go hungry. She didn't care. She chased him from her door, his uniform stained and in disarray, her taunts following him along garbage-filled alleyways as the Vostroyan sky brightened overhead. Did she bear me a son? He wondered. A daughter? Anything? He'd asked himself 12 times, but he supposed that it didn't really matter. He would never know for sure. She represented a single, wonderful, terrible night in his life. Her touch had thrilled him. Her words had been as cold and cruel as bullets, fired to inflict maximum damage. So he'd named his rifle after her. He pressed his right eye to the scope and adjusted the zoom to bring his target into clear focus. Range, about 600 meters. Wind, negligible. Snipers from other companies tended to favor the long las. It was a fine weapon, highly accurate, but its bright beam gave the shooter's position away. On the orders of the late Major Dubrin, 5th Company snipers employed handcrafted, Vostroyan-made rifles that fired solid ammunition. 'Twas a harder weapon to master than the long las, but a sniper with good cover could take down target after target without giving himself away. Sarovich centered his sights on the target. 'Twas a massive, dark-skinned orc in the front ranks of the charging horde. The monster wore a necklace of severed human hands strung on barbed wire. Emperor above, thought Sarovich. These beasts are foul. He breathed out slowly as he squeezed Shalkova's trigger. There was a whisper of rushing air. In the scope, he saw the orc's head jerk backwards. The fiend sank to the ground with a neat black hole punched in its skull. The other orcs trampled over the body, hardly noticing it. Another deadly word from the lips of Shalkova, he thought. You never tire of killing, do you, my love? Sarovich imagined he could smell perfume. He racked the slide and chambered another bullet.